1949. Richard's month-long ordeal is over. Back home, Mom and Dad watch for signs of demonic possession. There are none. Richard behaves like a normal boy. The devil, it seems, has gone home to hell. Father Bowden returns to his pastoral duties and does not discuss the exorcism. Years later, author William Peter Blatty, preparing to write his book The Exorcist, corresponds with Father Bowden. The priest refuses to meet him in person.
He said, the only thing I can tell you is that the case that I was involved in was the real thing. I had no doubt about it then. I have no doubt about it now.
I'm convinced that the situation of Richard and the things that he went through was all genuine. There wasn't any deception on his part.
But others suggest Richard created the fantasy of demonic possession, a fantasy fueled by his family with its belief in spiritualism, and the priests with their rites of exorcism.
It's quite possible in these cases the priests themselves don't realize how influential their own behavior is in shaping what's actually going on.
But what about the journal and its meticulous reports of shaking beds and flying objects?
We know from mountains of research on the reliability of eyewitness testimony that, in general, eyewitness testimony is not that accurate.
The messages on Richard's skin, were they the work of the devil or self-inflicted?
Writing on the skin is called dermatographia, and it supposedly can occur in heightened states of anxiety. So just moving their fingernail across their own skin, or any object, a pen, a thorn, it will make a welt raise up, and it looks like a kind of a bas-relief form of writing on the skin.
But why would he do this? Could he have been simply seeking attention?
I believe that the entire situation started off probably as innocent pranks of a 14-year-old, but then when the Catholic Church and the priests got involved, he thought he had to run with this story.
The really probing question is not whether or not this 1949 case was the real thing. I don't know. Of course I don't know. The question, though, is, could it have been the real thing? Isn't that interesting?
Word of the exorcism soon leaks out, leading to newspaper stories and, for the priests, unwanted public attention.
After it was over, they got a lot of crazy phone calls. Some woman wanted her husband exorcised, and someone wanted their dog exorcised.
Christmas, 1973. The Exorcist is released, and one Catholic church in Washington receives 40 requests for exorcisms. Richard, the boy who started it all, converted to the Catholic Church, became a scientist, and now lives in the eastern United States. He is said to have no recollection of the events of 1949. Father Bowden died in St. Louis in 1983 at the age of 86. He never spoke publicly about the exorcism. Halloran served as an army chaplain in Vietnam, taught at university, then became a parish priest. He retired in 2003.
I'm not really an expert in the field. And I just looked at it. This is the situation that's confronting us, and we're using prayer to alleviate it, and it worked.
In 1999, 385 years after the Rituale Romanum was written, the Vatican issued revisions, cautioning priests to ensure that they are not dealing with physical or mental illness.
If you believe in the devil and you see the devil, therefore there must be a God.